golf clubs, personalised fishing rod, personalised fish? That can't be right. Yes.
I don't know. He's your travel, cinema, sports.
72. No, 71. Yes, definitely 70.
Oh, no. No.
Apparently 30%.
Exactly.
On it, side.
Right, we have a dead... San Van Son National Park. Close range for anything between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m.
CEO of it'ssogood.co.uk. Ethical travel agents. Small, chic. They sell holidays for, you know, young professionals, young families. How you call these women? Ah, jolie maman. Have children, don't work, go to the gym.
Ah, yes, yummy mummies. So, what were they all doing here?
I'd call.
Oh, yeah, I know Williams. He has a business running these and end up in the middle of the Caribbean adorned in a ghastly flowery ship. It's easy.
The scene, but Williams owns a... and it went missing last night.
Bullet.
You think she was shot in her sleep?
What?
But if she was awake, there's no sign of struggle in it.
Anything taken?
Only her mobile phone, her PS says. Diamond earrings still in her suitcase.
Seems not. One
Yeah! Let's hope it was worth it, yeah?
Excellent. All your... Names to faces. I'm sorry.
Stuart Howe had a...
I'm okay.
My phone just went. You see, that's why...
Yes, it's interesting. Yes. Wake via Orlando.
Annette, she missed her connection.
You didn't travel together? Yes, of course.
Think here about the no...
Indications are she was shot in her sleep. Yet we know she never goes to sleep without her eye mask or earplugs, which she didn't have.
Chief?
Yes.
Take a look at this. Bus ticket into town. Yesterday morning, 8:35.
Strange.
Well, this glass is clean, but even if she drank straight from the bottle, it wouldn't show. Apparently, she had no fingerprints.
What?
Yes, the param...
A dermatoglyphic. Although my all-time favourite is otherwise known as smell of.
Yeah, we get it. Fish.
Scour this place. France. Let's get our hands on... And in the middle of rough terrain. Whoever did it. Retreats in southern Spain, eco-camping in the Andes. Oh. Breastfeeding breaks in the Himalayas. Still.
And last valued at 116 million. 52, inspirational entrepreneuress.
Proper alpha.
55, single, been with the company since the beginning. And there's Izzy, 3 kids, but engaged to
Now here's an interesting...
24 months, no track record in the field. He's listed on the website as a creator and head of It's So Bad, dedicated to more Hellenistic pursuits. Fetish weekends in Marrakesh nights.
It's a...
And we have Bill Williams.
No.
Pipe has been recently fixed. He was telling the truth about that. He runs solution workshops under the name of Woodbit, and he came here from Hampshire. What? Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, no one has alibis.
Or indeed...
Shouldn't you answer that?
Macca, I'm sure. Any of the wine...
Apparently, she just showed up in a taxi 12 hours.
We got everything we can about Annette Burgess. You don't get that successful without having a few... No one does.
1963 in Mansfield.
Home to the...
Elvis Presley?
Although, to be precise, he was English cultural icon. Bernard...
Thank you. Moved to London in 1983.
Yes, hello. As I... Phoenix 05...
Oh, yes.
The gun. Bills? Yes.
Just arrived. Now, I took the liberty of widening out the search. He's been to prison. 4 months in HMP Telbridge in Birmingham for drug-related theft.
Troubled background. Adopted as a baby, adoption failed. Ended up in a Bernardo's care home in Nottingham. Excluded from school, failed his GCSEs, in and out of rehab. Hang on. Mansfield's in Nottinghamshire. When was he born?
1983.
So they both come from the same place, and the year he's born, she leaves for London. Let's get her medical records. But it wasn't because of your brilliantly creative mind, was it? You were born in Nottinghamshire, June 1983.
I thought if maybe I could find my birthmark.
Was she shocked?
Somewhere. I think she was a complete fraud.
Not necessarily.
Deal?
It's been my project to manage.
Her idea, not yours.
What, in his Jeep? I saw it.
That is case closed.
And in record time, too.
Life, he looked for one.
It doesn't fit.
What?
Oh, come on, Chief. At least once in a blue moon.
So who took her phone?
He just lost it earlier in the day and didn't mention.
And what about the eye mask and the earplugs? She never went to sleep without them. The envelope.
Sir, with respect, this is getting silly. We have a suspect with motive. What more do you want?
A well-earned drink. Ah, bonjour, c'est.
You go on ahead. I won't be long.
Bye.
Spoken like a true man. Have you called your dad? When was the last time you spoke to him?
For everyone's sake, on either.
If the case is closed, you have more time to answer calls rather than screen them?
And I think you've had quite...
Madam, I'll take you back to the...
My sister! I know, darling, I know. Yeah, but why? Just tell me
Maybe someone should go
why.
and get Stuart.
No, you seem like such a... I never really...
Why don't I take over here?
Yes.
Come on, my dear.
Morning, sir.
Now, I was thinking, maybe you were right. Maybe I just wasn't accepting that once in a blue moon a case presents itself. It's impossible, but then this messy knot just sort of, well, unknots itself.
He doesn't get hangovers.
Figures. What other things?
This way. You stand here.
What's going on?
Transference, that's what.
There's something else.
Your eyes, and when you're ready, you...
You must be joking, right?
Now, trust. Ready? Brace yourselves. When you're ready, Dwayne.
No, I just don't think...
I get it.
No!
It might be important.
Now, look.
That was the pathology. And the cause of death, asphyxiation. She was already dead.
Ow. Ow. Right, cause of... See, all this, the real murder was the one that happened.
And that's one hell of an achievement, being hated that much.
Well, that explains the first killer came in.
Yes, but we're still not...
About of a phone.
Right, well...
Resume all these and financial checks too. I've requested call logs. Texts will take longer to retrieve.
See if we can find out why she was attempted murder, not actual murder. Well, how big an argument?
Big, kicking and screaming. Everybody was...
Excellent work, Dwayne. You and JP. Well, we paid a man from Ham
Shia?
a little visit. We'll take a look round the back.
Sir, info. Get this. Bill Williams was an investment banker. He got fired after he attacked one of the other account executives. And lucky for him, the company paid him off to leave.
Sounds like...
It gets better. Financial checks just came back. He's been declared insolvent. I'd say he's in...
Bailiffs?
Well, okay, for months.
Desperate, were you?
She was supposed to pay a day late, and then she didn't, and she says, I need to go into town. I'll meet you. She doesn't turn up. Taking the money out in town, so I run. Well, I could. Huh? And to gain. Aye! That was my mother!
Can't take what he says at face value. The timing fits, and he did conceal the truth from us.
But, and it is a big but, why would he do it? He'd never get paid. I've got a lot on my mind. Now, that doesn't sound to me like she didn't want to pay him. Sounds like she had something more pressing to do. Why did she come to town that morning? Ah, Dwayne, what have you got?
Not much, Chief. I just spoke to the bus driver.
Any luck?
See, Annette Burgess went in there around 9. But get this. Tip, a bottle of whiskey, a glass.
Now, why would she buy those things? What do you do?
Afternoon, Miss Kendrick. Checking your emails.
Or not. Let's catch up. You were suing Annette Burgess for her...
So why such a wet blanket? Dwayne.
Like the ones in the victim's fridge.
You mean one of those energy drinks?
No.
Got there?
You're so childish. I swear.
Sandra Kendrick doesn't have it in her, but she's no criminal mastermind. And that wouldn't explain the envelope and...
Stuart Howe's laptop. Now, I've been trawling through all of it and found nothing. Then, I decided...
That's what I call a vape.
So it was his idea, not Annette Burgess's.
So what was she doing giving it to Don Claydon?
There's plenty more where that came from. To be honest, I felt petty bringing it up.
Well, that's very selfless.
Did she promise you something in return?
To keep you quiet. But I know it would have to be pretty big.
Just keep your bloody voice down, will you?
Oh. That would explain you're having an affair, you and Annette.
She was going to give me shares in the company. She was...
So Izzy doesn't know anything about you and Annette.
Gosh, all this time she really didn't know. Love is blind, eh? In some cases, it can also be deaf and dumb. I mean...
Of course she knew. Remember when we met them all?
She's had quite a shock.
I'm okay. She shifted away from him. And the night we saw her drunk, Izzy wasn't upset about her sister. She was upset with her sister.
You know, the more I think about it, the question is not how come Annette Burgess was killed twice in one night, but how come she was only killed twice in one night. That time she was just drinking. Fine, they left their phones in England.
Unless she got a mobile here, but... My chef, Vivian, suddenly arrived with the...
When did you take it?
Still. Dad always...
What do you mean by her mother?
Same dad. He left Annette's mum when... Maybe that's why...
You hid vital evidence.
But the only person she called on that Sunday was Bill Williams.
Damn.
Maybe she needed to charge the fuss. There was nothing on your immigration.
Industrial.
Maybe there were...
Envelope, scan, bottle of whiskey.
I do wish you'd stop doing that. Interrupting.
Habit of mine. Give me a phone. Thank you. That's absolute...
How do you mean?
Now all that remains is to make a couple of phone calls and get the prints sent to the UK for verification.
And someone get everyone together. This time we're going to solve this properly.
Good afternoon.
There was one thing my father instilled in me as a child. It was trust no one. Over the years, that's it all over again. Unfortunately for Annette, it seems that more than one of you had a reason to want her dead. That room. Annette's murder. An envelope containing a tape locked in a future husband, Stuart Howe. To take away your precious idea, Mr. Howe, and gave it to a total nobody. About her right-hand woman. Or you. Or you. Or you. The fact that none of you had an alibi. Well, one of you had the best alibi of all. It's to her murder already. Anyone? Well, but when they took Annette's. But what I didn't know is that when she went back to Switzerland, doctors performed tests on all of her immediate relatives, and they made a discovery. Wasn't taken. She goes into town. First things first, she's at the weekend. What does she do? If you had fingerprints, she use.
The good old glass and sticky tape.
Quick, simple, effective. Then once you've gone, she'll sprinkle blusher on it. Hey, presto. And then just before dinner, she asks you for a drink. Her true motive. Her suspicion that you weren't her son. Onto you. After you realize what you've done in the heat of the moment, how stupid it was. You were totally trapped. But you go ahead and do exactly what you told her to get Bill's gun.
You see, JP, teamwork and another successful case. And now I need a drink. Chief! Et voila!
Very nice to have you all chez moi for a change. I've even come up with my own version of Island Rum Punch.
Hey, what is that monstrosity doing here?
Everyone needs a loving home, Dwayne Gilbert included.
Gilbert?
Gilbert? So you're talking to plants as well as lizards?
And what about your gift, sir?
Ah, yes, for my dad. Well, at the moment, I'm torn between detoxing in Mexico.
Himalayas.
Bottoms up.
Two parents.
I'll give you a hint. You know, you'll have to speak to him at some point. That's the worst that could happen. Oh.
Humphrey, as it doesn't matter very much as we'll be catching up very soon face to face. I'm coming over.